Most people create a long checklist for their perfect partner, but they completely ignore the two things that actually matter. And if they don't focus on these, it doesn't matter how attractive they are, how fucking perfect they seem. No relationship will ever work, and it will destroy every interaction you have with them. I'm Andrew Wilkinson. I am a men's dating and relationships coach. I help guys from all over the world get a girlfriend. And I can tell you with certainty, these are the two things that are essential for any relationship to truly work. So let's dive into them. The first one, find somebody that you argue with well. And this is like, if you find these two things in a girl, never let her go. Because if you're able to argue with her well, this is so essential, because relationships, they don't break down in the good times, on the honeymoon, when everything's great. They break down in the bad times, when things aren't going that well. That's when people break up. But there are always going to be bad times. There is no relationship that is all up. Think of there's no song that is just all up, all high, because we can't deal with that. We'd eventually reset and that'd be our baseline, and then we'd just start going zigzaggy again. But it's so important to have somebody that you can communicate with in the bad times, because speaking from experience, there's a bunch of toxic things that girls can do during the bad times. Like, have you ever had one where you try and talk to her, she just screams and shouts at you. She doesn't want to listen to you. Or one that I know I experienced in a previous relationship, where if I'd try and raise something that was wrong, she'd shut down on me. I'd try and communicate, but she just shut down. It was like I couldn't even reach her, because it just became, in her words, too overwhelming to try and discuss, to try and talk about it. And this meant that we could never resolve any issues. And because of that, they just built up under the surface. And time again, when we try and have that debate, we'd have that constructive argument that we really needed. Well, we wouldn't have it. We just took it down here somewhere, and we wouldn't have the argument until there was finally one that we couldn't tuck under the rug. And then everything came back out. And that was devastating, and it crushed us, because we need to be able to have these negative moments. This has even been studied. There is the Gottman Institute, and they have what's called the Love Lab, where they would put couples into a lab that is completely monitored, and they'd be able to check every single one of these little interactions that they'd have during the day. And what they found was, if they had, I think it was more than 3 bad to every good interaction, that relationship would break down. And it's like, okay, yeah, there's too much bad, makes sense. What they also found was the couples that had more than 11 good interactions to 0 bad ones, when they followed up, they broke up as well, because we need that moment of battle to be able to build ourselves up into something better. My current girlfriend is amazing at this. She calls me out anytime that I tend to fall short of who I could be. And when we do that, she isn't vindictive. She doesn't attack my character. She's able to have that constructive argument, and this is so necessary. If you see this quality, this is what will help you build that relationship. And that is the first trait. The second trait that I always look for, and I tell people time and time again, of when you're looking for a relationship, look at this and it'll help decide if you should be in it. Look at the person that you become when you're in that relationship. Every single person brings out a different flavor of us. It might not be drastic, but every single person brings out a slightly different shade of us when we're around them. And if I'm being honest here, this is a really personal topic to me right now, because someone that I deeply care about, one of my best friends, is in a relationship, and it's bringing out a shade of him that is devastating. It's destructive. Honestly, it's bringing out a side of him that I never thought I'd see, and it's really cut me up. And there's a commonality to this. It's once he started engaging in that relationship. And I'm not even going to blame it's the girl, it's the combination. It's clearly just not working. There's something about the combination of the two that's taken a guy that was someone that was the most kind, friendly person into one of the most argumentative, aggressive people. I'm lost, and I'm devastated watching this happen. And that's just because when we think about who we want to be with, we really want to see, what do they bring out in us? Who do they bring out? Do they bring out the needy, anxious us? Do they bring out the version of us that is not feeling good about ourselves, that make us feel stupid, that don't make us feel good? That's really common. Or do they bring out a really great side of us? They bring out the person that I want to be. They call me forth to be that person. Like, that's what I want in a relationship, and that's what will keep you stable in the long term. Trying to find that person that brings out of you the person that you want to be, because you're going to be spending the most amount of time together out of any other people on the planet. So at least make sure she brings out a person that you want to be, because otherwise you've now got to spend the next 30, 40 years being someone that you never wanted to be. And that's devastating. Nobody wants to do that. So make sure when you're picking somebody, see who it is, because there's no way that you'll not change at all. Like, we're such mimetic creatures. Who we spend time with has such an impact on us. Don't allow that to be someone that compromises who you are, that takes away the best qualities of who you could be. Like, I feel passionate about this, but it truly is personal to me, and it's something that I work with my clients to help them find the people that are right for them. Like, I help them find girlfriends. I'm not some pickup artist that tells them to go get 100 girls. It's like, I help people find the relationships that they truly deserve. And if you're wondering if the relationship you're looking for is right for you, or you're looking at this new person you've started dating, ask yourself these two questions. Am I able to argue with them well? Am I able to have that necessary conflict that breeds a healthy relationship? And who do they bring out of me? Do they bring out of me someone that I'm proud of? Someone that I want to be? I hope so. And if now you're ready to go out and find that person, find her, where is that partner waiting for you? Then I have a few ideas. Check out this video here, and I run through all the best places that you can go find your dream partner, because they're waiting there for you.